Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to our Week 12 pick show. I'm your host, Jim Cella. I'm in studio with Johnny Parlay today, and you're listening to The Spread. How you doing today, Parlay?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Feeling it. You ready for this pick show we're doing?
Hell yeah.
Well, let's see. What am I on the year? 22 and 23. We got Dash at 11 and 10. You're at 11 and 11.
I had a bad cold this week, buddy. Anyway, let's move along.
Easy is 1-0. So that's our records for the year so far.
Keep it moving.
So let's get going with this.
Get the show going. Don't got all day.
The first game we got is Arizona at Seattle. The Seahawks are -7, and the over-under is 41.
I need a big week. I need to turn it around, and 41, Seattle playing. Looks like a low over-under, but even with Seattle this year, they've been going over a lot. I like the over, but I'm not going to pick the over. I like to stay away from those. I'll go with a team, like a man.
Like a man. Man pick.
And I'm feeling Seattle at home. I think they're still the defending champs. Arizona's bound to really hit a speed bump, I think. So I got to go Seattle in this one. What are you thinking?
I don't know. At games played in Seattle, the Seahawks are 8-6 against the spread versus the Cardinals since 1992. 8 of those games have actually gone over.
This is a new Cardinals team, though.
Seattle, Seattle's 1-1 straight up against Arizona the last 2 years, and one of those games went over.
Well, I don't know. Does Jake Dash talk to his uncle?
I don't know. I don't know if you've seen Uncle Bruce this week or not.
He might have some inside scoop.
I bet you he's got it. He's just hanging out in the studio over there.
Uncle Bruce is having an off week, I think. A little family turmoil, maybe. So he don't have a game plan, I don't think. Let's go Seattle.
The last 4 games, they were close games. The last 2, I mean, kind of close, I guess.
How close is close?
Last year, Arizona was at Seattle. The Cardinals won 17-10. The year before that, Seattle at Arizona. Seattle won 34-22.
On the road.
The game before that, that was the old Cardinals. Seattle won that game 58-0, so that doesn't even matter.
That's like a Yacht Cougars game.
Yeah, that's pretty pathetic.
So that's irrelevant. What do you think? Who are you feeling?
Oh, I don't even know, man. I think I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the Cardinals. They were the only team to beat Seattle at Seattle last year. I think they can get it done again this year. Arizona is 3-1 against the spread in road games, and they're 7-0 against the spread in conference games. And the Seahawks are struggling this year against the spread. They're only 4-6.
You really think Arizona's for real this year, then, huh?
Their defense is legit. Their running game is okay, and Drew Stanton has still got this team moving just like Carson Palmer. So I don't really have a reason to believe they're not.
Well, Jay Dash, our producer Jay Dash, he thinks they're for real this year. He's taking them all the way to the Super Bowl, the big game.
Yeah, and if you want to make fun of him, you can check us out at bet_the_spread on Twitter.
Yeah, just hashtag it Jay Dash.
Jay Dash doesn't know what he's talking about.
Best producer ever.
Extraordinaire.
But he's not even feeling Arizona this week, even though it's his team. So you're on your island alone this time, buddy.
Well, that's all right.
So me and Jay Dash are feeling the Seahawks. You go with Arizona.
And I'm going to win.
Happens. Yeah, well,
let's move on to our boy Jay Dash's pick of the week.
Oh, yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals are going down to Houston. The Texans are favored by 1.5. The over-under is 43.5. They've only played one game against each other over the last 3 years. The Texans won straight up and against the spread, and the game went over.
Well,
so that's about all the head-to-head stats I got for you.
Well, I like Cincy. I think they're a decent team. They've had some down weeks, that's for sure. Like the Steelers, sort of.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to come to play, and I think they're going to take Houston down.
Well, the Bengals are 3-1 against the spread as underdogs and 2-2 against the spread on the road. And the Texans are 2-2 against the spread in home games and 4-0 against the spread as the favorite, which is kind of amazing that they were even the favorite at all this year.
Yeah, that's the only stat that really sticks out. Most of them are all just pretty much 500 stats, but 4-0 as a favorite. As a favorite
against
favorite.
Yeah. And that's a small line, so a field goal can win it. I hate when you get lines, 3.5. You always get 3.5 and then win by a field goal, so you lose. That pisses me off.
Who is you? Me?
Me?
I don't bet, so you I hate when you, I guess as in you.
I'm not meaning you, technically you. I'm saying like
As
you
one.
as in like a person. Just
Yes,
add anybody.
as a person.
Any human entity.
Well, NFL needs to incorporate the half point somehow. Maybe make a half point play or something.
If you can bang it off the upright, you get a half point. That'd be cool.
Stick a third upright right up the middle.
Right?
Right up the middle. So there's 3 uprights. If you hit the middle one, that's a half a point.
What if you put a bar in the middle of the uprights going across it, and if you kick it over that bar, you get a half point?
How about in there?
In the hole?
Well, that's not too bad either. I like that. I like all this goofy kicker stuff. It'll make kicker valuable.
That's it. It's boring now.
Let's get those kickers paid. Hashtag pay the kicker.
Kickers get paid more than running backs nowadays.
I'm sticking with Dash like I did last week because I finished last week finally above 500. I think I was 3-2, but
Treading water.
you were also 3-2, I believe.
Please believe.
But that's still a win in my eyes. So we're both going Bengals. I'm sticking with J Dash. You're gonna go on your island again.
That's right. On my island all alone at the top.
So you people need to make a decision. You gonna go with me this week? Or you're gonna go with Jimmy Cella? Because one of us is gonna. If we have this many different picks, then one of us is gonna come up on the plus side.
We're going to go with the guy who has more than has double the wins of you and J Dash for the year. My 22 wins are superior to your 11. Puny 11 wins for you two. You can combine your 2 wins. You only got as much as me. So I'm the superior being on the pick show.
20
And if you want to win your pick, you better be taking Houston.
22 wins out of 122 games. Not too bad.
The wins are still there, my friends.
Speaking of wins, let's analyze another game.
Moving along to another game here. You bored of this one already?
Had it.
You have a short attention span. We can get you
I've had it.
some Adderall or whatever they give to kids with ADHD.
Yeah, give me the patch, the ADD patch.
Well, what about Easy's pick of the week? Big Easy likes the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The Giants are plus 3.5, and the over/under is 47.5. So Easy likes Dallas at minus 3.5.
Yeah, well, what's his pick of the week year-to-date record? Do you happen to have that on hand?
1-0.
1-0.
Undefeated.
So, you know what that says. He's got to get back to 500. So that's why you got to go Giants in this one, I think.
The world always evens itself out, right?
Always. I mean,
here is an interesting stat for you. The Giants are 12-9 against the spread at home versus Dallas since 1992, but the Cowboys are 2-0 against the spread at New York in the last 3 years. So there might have been some early dominance there, but the last couple of years it's been all Dallas. 1 game went over, 1 game went under, so you really don't have much there. But the Cowboys looked a lot like the superior team this year.
no doubt. New York, the Giants, they look terrible this year, and I don't know. I'm going without a chute. I'm going without a rubber. I'm not wearing a chute. I'm driving my car drunk. I'm making all kinds of bad decisions and going with Dallas for some reason. I don't know why.
You're just following Dash's coattails because he went 4-1, so he's taking the Giants too.
I just feel like the NFL is going to even itself out, and we're going to see a lot more, fluky things happen, a lot more underdogs taking care of business. I think Eli's got to turn it around. He's got to be ashamed. You know, Archie gave him a talking to last week, so it's about time for the other Manning to show up. Go Giants.
Dallas is 6-4 against the spread. They had 1 push this year. The Giants are 3-7 against the spread. That's pretty bad.
Ouch.
6 of those games were over because they're so bad the other team just puts up more points than the over-under themselves.
Yep.
I don't know. Giants 1-6 in games as underdogs. Giants 2-3 against the spread in home games. All these stats say the Giants are terrible.
Yes, it all
They're
points to
absolutely
Dallas.
terrible. So
But
I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys. As much as I hate them, I hate Tony Romo.
You're going with Big
I
Easy.
hate Jerry Jones. Yeah, me and Easy, Dallas Cowboys all the way.
Me and Dash, Giants all the way. I smell a trap, if you ask me.
I'm looking at 3-0 right now, I think.
I smell trap.
Trap?
Yet another home dog.
Well, what about the battle of this cold game here? We got the Green Bay Packers going to Minnesota. The Vikings are +8. The over-under is 48.5. Minnesota does not play in the Superdome or whatever that was called anymore. They're outside at a cold venue.
How it should be.
Green Bay's at least used to the cold, so it's not as big of a swing for other teams. But the Packers are 25-22 against the spread versus the Vikings since '92. 28 of those games went over. Since '92, in games that were played in Minnesota, Green Bay is 12-10 against the spread. So Green Bay they've just pretty much always beat up on Minnesota. Brett
Yes.
Favre used to beat the crap out of the Vikings. So
Yep.
all the stats are going to say Green Bay and Minnesota dating back to whenever Favre's streak started. So you really can only go by these recent stats with Aaron Rodgers and the nobodies they've had at quarterback with the Vikings lately.
That's right, and it's hard to not say over in this game. I mean, the Packers have covered the over on their own the last 2 games.
Well, 9 of the Packers games have gone over. Only 1 has been under this year.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Get with it, Vegas. This one's at 48.5 right now.
Yeah.
You got to get it to 52.5 at least. We got to get some money flowing in for that over to bump it, you know? But like I said, I'm going to stay away from the over-under. That's a carnival game as far as I'm concerned. We're going to pick with a team, and just out of spite, and just because I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers, I'm going Minnesota. They're a home dog, and that's been historically not a bad pick. Going with the home dog feels good. It's a good pick. I don't know if it's going to happen. I just can't take any more Aaron Rodgers. Get him off his high horse, please. That dude is annoying.
He is a giant douche. He was smiling and laughing at the Eagles last week. They were getting a little pissed. They didn't really like that. But the Packers are 4-0 against the spread this year as a favorite of 3.5 to 9.5 points. They're 6-3-1 against the spread this year. 9 games over. The Vikings are only 5-5 against the spread. They've been a pretty bad team all year. They're sitting at 4-6. Peterson's out. They just signed Ben Tate to hopefully to add to their running game. Teddy Bridgewater's been playing okay this year. I don't know. It's a big line, but I think Green Bay covers this pretty handedly. The Vikings just don't have what it takes to keep up with the Packers' offense. And me and Dash both like Green Bay in this.
No doubt, a good pick. Like I said, I'm just picking this one for spite.
I'm just going to pick the opposite of you because then I'll win more often than not.
That would be the case at this point. But let's get one more game in for the kiddies before they go out drinking on this Friday night.
I already started. Our final game is Detroit at New England.
Drinking on the job.
New England is -7 and the over-under is 48.
Well, Detroit looked like they were drinking on the job last week. What a pitiful performance.
It's tough.
My fantasy team scored, I think, negative points when it came to the Detroit players. It was terrible. Very weak showing.
Yeah, they had a tough, hard-fought matchup against the Cardinals last week. The Patriots are 1-1 against the spread at home against Detroit since 1992. One of those 2 games went over. The Lions are 5-5 against the spread this year. The Patriots are 6-4 against the spread.
Again, a lot of 500.
Yeah, it's been like that with a
stats.
lot of teams this year. You know, you got Detroit at 2-1 against the spread as underdogs, 2-2 against the spread in road games, 2-1 against the spread in non-conference games. Nothing really, nobody's dominating at all. There's so much parity in the NFL anymore.
Only
It's
the
so hard to pick these games.
Packer overs is the only thing that seems to be happening.
Patriots over too, because 8 of the Patriots games have gone over, 2 have been under.
Good lord.
The Patriots are only 2-4 against the spread as the favorite this year, so that's the one big stat that stands out to me in this game.
They do not like being
New England,
favorites.
2-4 as a favorite. That's shocking to me. Bill Belichick usually has his team ready to play
Against
at
the
all
spread,
times.
though, correct? Or
Yeah,
just-
against the spread, not straight up.
Well, I'm sure a couple of those were actual wins still.
Yeah, definitely, because they only lost 2 games.
Either way, what are you thinking?
I like a Detroit under teaser in this game.
Ooh, a tease. What would that put you at? Because I know that New England's favored by 7.
That gives me Detroit at +14 and the over-under at 53. Yeah,
Let me
53.
think. Hold on.
Your math skills aren't great. Here's your abacus.
53.
53, there it
Yep.
is. Took you a while.
Well, hey, at least I got it. You're going to go tease? I'll tease. Why not?
Yeah, tease it up.
I'll tease it up, and I will go opposite of you in both ways. I will do New England as a pick at home. Are they going to lose to the Lions at home?
I don't know.
I don't think so. So
Does-
tease that down to a pick.
All right, does even count as the favorite? No.
Even.
So if you have them even, they're 2-4 against the spread as the favorite doesn't count to you,
That's
right?
a void and null.
That's it. You voided that stat out.
Null and
Later.
void. That's good thinking. I like how you picked up on that. And then you're going under, which I don't know.
I know you hate the under. Detroit they only allow 15.8 points
I
a
don't
game
hate.
this
I
year.
actually love the under. It's a ballsy pick.
It is. I got some big brass ones, my friend.
You got him, baby. And I'm gonna go over just because play it safe, I guess. Right?
Over 43 then,
Over
right?
43. I mean Stafford, Brady. Come on now. Let's do it. Tease it. New England over, and J-Dash likes Detroit, just Detroit.
It's still going to be a squeaker. Detroit puts up 18.8 points a game. New England puts up 32.3. That gets you right, 50-51. But if Detroit's defense clamps down on New England, it's going to be a tough one to go over. 43 is pretty low, though, I think, for any game. So I think you may be safe there.
We'll see.
I just think Detroit might have a shot at winning this game, and I really, really don't think that New England's going to beat them by 14. I don't think New England's that great, and I think Detroit is that good this year.
I think that Stafford's going to wake up, and I think that he's going to hit Megatron a few times.
Big bombs.
This will be a close game. That's why I'm teasing it to a pick, though. So
that's it.
Either way, we're here to help you people. So
Make
do it this week. Go with me or go with Jim. One of us is going to have a above 500 record, I think.
Well, Dash just took Detroit straight up in this game, right?
He did.
All right, so he's a sissy. He doesn't want to tease it. We should all tease this game. That would have been more fun.
We should have a teaser of the week.
A teaser
game
of the
where
week.
we have to do a tease.
I love it. All of our picks of the week, and then that next game is going to be the tease of the week.
Do it, people.
All day long. Well, thanks, fans, for tuning in to our Week 12 line segment. Thank you, Johnny Parlay, for hanging out in studio for a little bit. I know you're a busy guy getting that car fixed.
All on this side of the table. It's all to you guys.
Please believe. We love you, fans.
Peace.
Follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Check us out on Facebook. Subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Follow.
Win that money.